So I'm really sorry I'm a couple of minutes late starting today. I'm doing another live video challenge, and I do a live video on there at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we ran over a little bit today, so it's taken me a few minutes to catch myself up. So whilst hopefully everyone's finding me, I will just kind of catch my breath for a second. Hope you don't mind. Right, so we will get started in a second. So today is all about how to be a popular and likeable craft business. So, sorry, I do need, after just talking so much before. Hi Liz, lovely to have you. Hi Jane. Right, so far we've covered the fact that we need to be known. Let's just go with known, liked, trusted, and find our loyal customers. I'm not phrasing that very well today, am I? Whew, I need to calm myself down after having just talked videos for so long. So, okay, so we've covered being known, that we need to get in front of those new people. Now, and today we're going to talk about being liked. But before we talk about being liked, I want to talk about being hated. Because this is something that the more you put yourself out there, the more you put yourself out in front of new people, you're going to come across the odd person who really doesn't like you and doesn't get you. Now, 9 times out of 10, those people will disappear and leave you to it and just kind of go, yeah, whatever, and let you get on with it. You'll get the odd one who will put a nasty comment or a mean comment or just voice their own opinion to be awkward and to state the opposite of everything you're saying. Now, this is a good sign. It means you're getting out there and being seen. Hi Vicky, it means that people are taking notice of you. Okay, so it is actually a positive thing, believe it or not, because it means you're getting out there. People are seeing you and people are finding you. The way you handle it is, if somebody is actually really rude and vile to the point you just think, I don't need this, then feel free to block them. This is your marketing that we're talking about. You don't have to take abuse from anybody. But if actually it's somebody who has got a valid opinion, if it's somebody who is just questioning what it is that you're saying to them, well, then it's a brilliant opportunity for you to state your case. I had it recently, or not that long ago, when I was putting my case up about, I think it was using Facebook advertising, and somebody messaged me and said, do you really believe what you've just put out there? Yeah, of course I do. I wouldn't have said it otherwise. So I was able then to not come up with as in makeup, but I was able to then put forward other points of view that I hadn't actually covered before. And by the end of the conversation, I'd got a convert. I'd got someone go, oh yeah, I hadn't thought of it like that. So it can be the perfect opportunity to actually still build those relationships. So don't be scared of people questioning you. Specific examples might be if you're recycling something, somebody might challenge you on the history of a particular fabric maybe, or why you're using it, or I don't know, there's all sorts of different reasons. Go with it. You have your beliefs, you have your morals, you have the essence of you. Stand by yourself. That's what you've got to do when it comes to this, and that will mean you are going to pick up a few haters along the way, but you know what, that's not a bad thing. Okay, so hi Sharon, hi Harriet, hi Linda, lovely to have you here. So now we've covered that one, which is like the elephant in the room. Let's get on with being liked. So being liked and being popular, a huge part of this is being consistent. You need to be seen consistently. If you go all at it for, I don't know, a month, you will see massive reach and growth, and orders hopefully will start coming in, and that will be brilliant. But if you then drop off a cliff and disappear because you're so busy handling all those orders, then suddenly other people will be replacing you and they will be being seen instead. So you need to find a way to be consistent. Now on Monday, I've moved the last video series. I originally said it was going to be on Saturday. I've realised I can't do Saturday. I've kind of almost triple booked myself on Saturday. Monday, I will be covering how you're going to make all this work and how you're going to fit it all in. So make sure you stay tuned on Monday for that side of it. But the consistency is the most important part of what it is that you're doing. So Liz, I will definitely have haters, but that's okay. It's absolutely fine. You've got a block button. You've got a get rid of them button. You can do that if they're rude and obnoxious, but otherwise, it's a brilliant opportunity to kind of have your voice heard, to have these kind of debates, and for you to stand by your own convictions. I said yesterday that you need to kind of have an opinion, and you do. Everything that your business stands for is your opinion. It doesn't matter if your opinion is that you think a particular type of toy is the best kind of toy for a child to have because it helps imagination and play, and that can be your opinion. It isn't a case of that your opinion has to be that you're standing up for the rights of the local frogs. I don't know where that came from. We've got a frog in our garden. Was on the side of our paddling pool the other day. So probably where that came from, but anyway, you get my point. It doesn't have to be something that's kind of really life-changing, but it's still your opinions and they count. Stand by them and be consistent with getting them out there. Don't change your mind all the while. Whatever you stand for is what you stand for. I know what I stand for. I stand for fair pricing for crafters. I stand for that you can do your own marketing, and it's easy to do once you've got your head around it. There's all these different things that I know that I stand for, that I will fight a corner for. And if I see a conversation on, whoa, I'm in there. You will have the same. Stand by that power of your convictions. People will love you and respect you for it. Forget the haters. Okay, the other thing you need to do is be yourself. That's a really massive part of being likeable. If you try and put on a false public persona, I always describe it, anybody who listens to me, is something I've said quite a lot recently, is it's telephone voice. My nan always used to answer the phone, bless her. She always used to answer the phone and, hello, in a very posh hello voice. And once she knew it was me on the phone, hi, you alright? Be yourself all the while. Back, my nan's generation, I mean, she died at the end of the last year in her mid-90s, so, that threw me. I shouldn't have said that, should I? That's completely thrown my head. No, seriously, her generation was a completely different generation. If you think and go back to just the 1950s when television was becoming commonplace, at that point the BBC was always, there's no accents or anything else, it's all the very da 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 da. That's gone. That doesn't exist anymore. The wonder of social media is that your personality has to shine through. People buy from people they know, like and trust. That's the whole essence of these 5 videos. So you also need... I've just spotted that Sharon said she hasn't got sound. Finish my point and then I'll address that. You need your personality to shine through. You need to have the strength of your own convictions, and you need to just be yourself as often as you possibly can be. You're always going to be a slightly polished version. You don't want to see the washing pile that's waiting for me just over there to go and put into the washing machine. You do want to see the slightly polished version. But being yourself, be true to yourself. That is a huge part of being likeable. Okay, so Sharon's put, she's lost sound. Can anybody else let me know that they can still hear okay? Thank you, Vicky, for your comment. Anybody else, please let me know. I have had issues with tech this morning, which is one of the reasons I'm trying to fire through all of this. Okay, so if you've got the strength of your own convictions and you're being consistent, thank you, Linda, you can hear me as well. That's a really good sign. And Leanne can as well, brilliant. Excuse me. Okay, so strength of your own convictions. This boils down that you need self-belief, doesn't it? This boils down, and this is my, I said before, I have things that I kind of will fight a corner for. And one that I will fight for and I would do my best for is to give everybody that I come across, particularly in a creative business, because I know confidence is a real issue with creative business owners, I will do my best to motivate and encourage and to give that boost of confidence that I know that you need. Because I know you are amazing at what you do, and I know that what a creative person, they kind of do something, oh, is it good enough? You need to get past that. At least on this public persona that you're putting out there. I know I'm contradicting myself. I know I've said you've got to be yourself, your best self, the self that's confident. You've got to let that little bit of person that is confident inside you shine through on these videos. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. So you need that. Helen, you can hear me fine. Hello, Helen. Hi, Danielle. Sorry, no glasses. I had to reread that quickly. Brilliant, Harriet, you can. Debbie, you can. Absolutely brilliant. Sorry, Sharon. Must be your end. Okay, so what have we done so far? Stand by your own convictions. Consistent, I'm just going as a given. Stand by your own consistency. Be yourself, but you need to be your best self, your confident self. I learned this lesson really, really early on, and I know I tell this story quite regularly, so I apologise if you've heard it before, but it's so relevant. I used to work as a newspaper photographer back in my early 20s, and I was pretty good. Now I can say that. I couldn't have said that back at the time. And there was a fellow photographer, Jim, who was there, and he was really good. And we were probably on a par. He wasn't much. We always had good days and bad days, but he would always walk up to the editor and go, "There's a brilliant photograph." We're back in the days of prints here, not digital, showing my age. So he would say, "Look, that's a front page photograph." And he'd go, "Oh, wow, that's a really good photograph." Whereas I would walk up to the editor and I go, "What do you think of that one? What do you think?" And I would wait for the feedback. You cannot do that as a creative business owner. You can't wait and ask for that feedback. You need to be telling people that it's good. You need to have that self-belief that what you are making is good. Okay, you're not asking for approval. You've got to give yourself the approval. I've gone off a little bit off tangent, haven't I, about being liked and being popular. But it is a massive part. Actually, I haven't. No, I haven't. No, I haven't at all. It's completely relevant. If you are there constantly asking people for approval and feedback in the way of for reassurance for yourself before you put stuff out there, that is not being likeable. Being likeable is being confident enough to tell people that this is a brilliant green pen. I love this green pen. I know you'll love it too. It's being that leader. It's being that person who influences decisions. So you need to have that confidence. You need to have that self-belief. Fake it till you make it, Debbie says. Exactly. Which is where the best self comes in. And I know there's a little bit of confidence in there in you. You would never have started your business if you hadn't got that little bit of thought. That's the fake it. You make that the prominent person that comes through in your marketing. Definitely fake it till you make it. Okay, so that's it. No other comments. So what does this mean? It means you're going to start conversations. You're going to join in conversations. You're going to give people the chance to actually get to know you. If you can use videos, nod here to those who are on my video challenge, then that is absolutely brilliant. We know in the video challenge, just last Monday, so a week and a half, nearly 2 weeks now, we've all been talking to each other via video and getting to know each other. And it's amazing how quickly you get to know somebody. It is far quicker for somebody to get to know you this way than it is through just reading or seeing photographs. So if you can do video, that's a fantastic way to get liked and popular really, really quickly. But it takes that consistency again. Never forget the consistency. Consistency is the magic key when it comes to being liked. The more people see you, the more they get to engage with you, the more they get to have conversations with you, the more they're going to remember you and think of you as that person to come to. And then they'll see a question about what it is that you do somewhere, and then they'll recommend you as the person to come and give the answer. And that's where you want to be. It's not overnight. You can't become a popular person overnight. It does take a time of drip feeding. It takes those consistent actions. So the action is joining in conversations on social media, sending out regular emails, blogging regularly if it's something that you do, creating regular videos, even to the point of having regular amazing photographs go out that people are seeing, and you're backing that up. All of that will help you be likeable and popular. You notice the pattern? Regular, consistent marketing. That's what it comes down to. I've already said on Monday I'll be showing you how you can try and make this as stress-free and as easy as you possibly can. Okay, there are a few tricks that you can do to kind of get yourself ahead and to kind of take the day-to-day pressure off, because I know that the reason you're doing this is because you want making time. You want to be making and creating orders, but you need to be getting out there talking to people to get the orders in, to have that making time. If you stop with the marketing at that point to fulfill the orders drop off. You need that consistency. You need that constant process going. So that's what we're working on Monday. So, the phrase I've written down here is be useful. you've identified your ideal customers, and if you haven't, join me on Make Your Way to Success and we can work through that together there. And then, Liz, if you just put, my worry is overselling my product. I don't want to feel like that person that jumps on you the second you walk into the shop saying, can I help you? As I know how off-putting that is. Is that bad thinking? I'm going to answer that in a second. I want you to be useful to people. You know your ideal customer. You know why they buy from you. I mean, those are the questions that we covered on Wednesday. I've got to work my days out. Confused myself when I didn't start on Monday. So you need to know who your ideal customer is, why they buy from you, and what triggers that purchase and who their influencers are. And once you know that, you can then make yourself really useful and fit in to what you know about your ideal customer. Okay, so Liz put, you're worried about overselling. Okay. What you have to remember, particularly if you're using social media and email, well, any function really, is you are against you're fighting against up to 5,000 other adverts that we are all seeing every single day. If I just even put my phone on the screen now, you go, oh, it's an Apple phone. There you go. That's an advert for Apple. Okay, it's not paid for by Apple, but it's still a message in your head that that's what it is. Particular, well, there you go. Waitrose water, posh water today. It was Aldi yesterday, posh water today. So again, it's all messages that are bombarding us. You are competing with all of those. The consistent message is the one that gets remembered. So if you saw me today, if you heard today me saying, Make Your Way to Success, it's a really great course, come and join it, and then I didn't remind you again, you're likely to forget that even exists. Never mind consider it and explore the options of it, because there's so many other things that are bombarding you and grabbing your attention and that you need to give your attention to. So if you only tell somebody once, walk away from your business. If you can't tell them more than once, you've got to walk away. It just won't work, because there's so many distractions going on. There's so many important things going on. I do apologise. I feel like I've had an eyelash fall in my eye. So, that's the first point. The second point is, you know how often you say stuff, particularly on social media. So if you posted, I don't know, if you tweeted 5 times today about the same thing. So if I did, Make Your Way to Success is starting on the 3rd of July, come and join us. And then I did another tweet saying, Make Your Way to Success, the early bird offer finishes on the 26th. Make Your Way to Success, you'll learn all these wonderful things and really get to grips with your marketing. You get the idea. If I could do 5 different tweets but all Make Your Way to Success, even if you were following me on Twitter, you wouldn't see all of those tweets. It doesn't work that way. We know that the clever algorithms, I'm saying Twitter, it could be on Instagram, it could be on Facebook, it can be anywhere. If you're lucky, somebody might see 1 or 2 of those. If you're lucky, they'll see 1 of them, actually. But if you're lucky, they'll see a couple. You are basing it on how many times you are sharing the message, your thoughts, I mean, on how many times somebody is receiving your message. You've got to remember the fact that there are algorithms out there that are impacting how many times people are seeing it. But the other side of the coin is as well, if somebody sees it once and then they see it a second time and they get really fed up and they go, I've had enough of this, they would never have bought from you in the first place. They were never going to turn into that paying customer and that loyal customer. Because somebody who sees it the second time, they go, I like that the first time. Oh, I did like that. And when they see it the third time, they go, oh, I'm tempted, you know. It's a different mindset for people who actually will turn into your customers. The ones who get upset and bothered and unfollow, let them go. They wouldn't turn into that customer anyway. But the chances of them seeing all those times in quick succession are really, really low anyway. So yes, it's bad thinking is my answer there, Liz. Oh dear. Saying that, you don't want your feeds on whatever social platform you are to purely be selling. Okay. You do need to make offers. You do need to let people know that they can buy from you. But you also need to be sharing information that is relevant to your audience. Yesterday I spoke about mums. So mums, if there's a recall, if you do baby toys and you do everything and that's what you make, but you see a recall on a dummy that's come from Mothercare, share that information. That's gold to your customers. That's really useful. So you need to find the balance that actually some of this is just sharing relevant information. So you're a leader, you care about your customer is what this comes down to. At the end of the day, if you don't care about your customer, if you don't actually have an affinity with your customer, if you don't have a connection, you're going to find it really difficult to be liked and to be popular within your niche. You need to really care about your customer. So if you really care about mums and kids, and you see something in the news which is about a recall of this product that your customers might have, you share that. If there's a news article about, I don't know, banning breastfeeding in public, I know it's never going to happen, but if there's that's relevant to your audience. So you then share that information and have an opinion on it and have a voice, and that